Hello everyone, my name is Tara G. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. NBC's One Chicago ruins Taylor Kinney's Kelly Severide and Chicago Fire Season 12 needs to fix him. Luckily, there's an easy way to make up for it. Chicago Fire Season 12 needs to fix Kelly Severide, and luckily there's a fairly easy way to do this. Taylor Kinney's request for personal time off from One Chicago came at the most inconvenient time. Not only was Chicago Fire Season 11 in the middle of its season, but it was also setting up big things for his character and Stella Kidd going into the year's final stretch. Not much has been revealed about Kinney's situation, but the initial report revealed that his absence will just be temporary. Sadly, he wasn't able to come back in time for the Chicago Fire Season 11 final. It's no secret that NBC had to scramble to rewrite the rest of the year to explain Kinney's exit. Impressively, it didn't waste any time to come up with an explanation. Chicago Fire Season 11 episode, Damage Control, revealed that Severide was sent to an OFI training camp at the last minute, hence his sudden absence. Considering his penchant for being a fired cop, his interest in the opportunity makes sense. That being said, the way Chicago Fire Season 11 handled it from there on was abysmal. Really, indeed. Chicago Fire Season 11 ending explained. Why Chicago Fire Season 12 needs to redeem Severide. In Chicago Fire Season 11 penultimate episode, it was revealed Severide changed his plans without telling anyone. In fact, he didn't even consult Kidd about his decision, only accidentally finding out about it through Joe Cruz. Considering everything that the pair has had to go through in years, making big moves without discussing them with his wife effectively ruins him as a partner and husband. This is especially bad after Kidd's near-death experiences at the start of Chicago Fire Season 11. Learning about her husband's unexpected move results in her spiraling into a sea of doubt about him and the real health of their marriage. Interestingly, however, Chicago Fire Season 11 could have not made Kinney's absence this complicated. The show found a way to effectively explain Severide's abrupt departure, and they could have left it at that. Since the show didn't establish a clear timeline, they could have stuck with him still being busy with the OFI training camp. Instead, NBC opted to make a big fuss out of it. Luckily for them, there's a fairly easy way to fix this issue when Chicago Fire Season 12 premieres. How Chicago Fire Season 12 can fix Severide for Kidd. Interestingly, however, Chicago Fire Season 11 could have not made Kinney's absence this complicated. The show found a way to effectively explain Severide's abrupt departure, and they could have left it at that. Since the show didn't establish a clear timeline, they could have stuck with him still being busy with the OFI training camp. Instead, NBC opted to make a big fuss out of it. Luckily for them, there's a fairly easy way to fix this issue when Chicago Fire Season 12 premieres. How Chicago Fire Season 12 can fix Severide for Kidd. Instead, the Chicago Fire Season 12 premiere should open with Severide already back in Chicago. This way, Kidd doesn't have to make any additional effort just to sort out a difficult situation that isn't even her fault. Seeing him come back home on his own volition starts his redemption. It's either he changes his mind and decides to come home to be with his wife, or the whole OFI change of plans has actually been a ploy for him to return earlier than scheduled. Regardless, it's important that Chicago Fire Season 12 needs to establish that Severide wants to be back with Kidd and in Firehouse 51. Really, indeed. Chicago Fire Season 11 Finale Review. Dramatic and packed send-off for Firehouse 51. Will Taylor Kinney's Kelly Severide finally return in Chicago Fire Season 12? At this point, it's difficult to predict what the future lies for Severide's character in Chicago Fire. If he returns, however, and One Chicago doesn't address the damage his absence has caused to his character, they're risking destroying him and his legacy in the series. It's also worth noting that Kinney making an appearance in Chicago Fire Season 12 doesn't guarantee that he will be sticking around. Perhaps after his OFI training camp, He finally realizes that being a fire cop is his real calling. That being said, even if this is the creative route that Chicago Fire, it still needs to Severide before he finally leaves One Chicago. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay with us.